So, played Boneworks, but this time I did it without jumping. I played the game with the intent of not jumping a single time. And, let's see how it goes. Before I start, there was like a lot of comments, and again, I read every single one of them. I do. I read every single one of them, and I'm thanking you guys a whole lot for commenting, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I started the game and watched this dude stick a USB stick in an Ethernet port like an absolute goober, so literally nothing's even being accomplished. I also noticed another freaking door. There's a door here for no reason. It just leads to nothing. But, it's cool. It's a nice door. I like the door. After being a bit confused by this game's design, I continued. The first challenge I actually had was pushing myself up and over this thing since I couldn't use jump to actually get over it, so that was a bit of a struggle. I've always wondered what's behind this fence, but there's no way to get behind it, so, I pumped some quick iron to get my arms ready since I couldn't jump. I even decided to help out the janitor this time. Just sweeping up the place a bit, doing some yard work. Anyway, I continued through, found the second level. Now, this was my first big challenge. I had no idea how to actually get past this. This was tough, I'm not gonna lie. The game almost caught me with my pants down around my ankles, but, no, not happening. I then tested to see if I could crawl down at a faster rate than I could be thrown up, but, my mechanics suck and I'm kind of stupid, so it was hard. I even stopped to play a quick game of whack-a-mole since there were these nice orange bricks on the table. I even did the fundamentals. I learned how to roll dice just like the game showed me. I once again got stupidly yoked since I was not able to use my legs in this run. This part was a bit odd since you're not able to physically run up the little step things and you actually have to like kind of climb over them, but you can't climb over them without jumping. So I had to think of a little way outside the box. Literally my first idea to get past this was to use the sledgehammer as a little like pogo stick kind of thing and propel myself a little bit forward and up. And I was very surprised that this literally worked my first attempt, and so, I even dangled like a Victorian stripper. I don't know, I'm not good with stripper terminology. But I dangled for a second before actually propelling myself up and over the ledge to get to the next part. Here, I was immensely disappointed in myself. I accidentally clicked my jump button, which was terrible. I played the minigame, and this time, I don't even know if... I won, I guess. I think I won. I'm pretty sure I won. I think, because that's the objective. And I had a bit of an issue opening the box, but I quickly figured out how to open the box, so I brought a claymore and smashed open the box, and I was pissed at what I found inside the box. This is useless. This is actually so stupid. What is that? I even decided to do full-form jump shots here, even though my hands kept smacking against my ceiling. But helped me warm up for the rest of the run. I did it without jumping, mind you. I did not jump.
Oh yeah, that one was good.
Oh, thanks to this dude for telling me how to make the camera better, because now it looks way better whenever you're watching me actually play through the video game. So thanks to this guy. I continued on to the next segment. Now here, I found the dopest little truck. This thing was the coolest. I mean, how are you not just invigorated by this gameplay? I mean, seriously. When's the last time you saw some dude in VR drive a truck down a cool slope? I mean, really, this is beautiful. This guy told me that he never had watched Gilmore Girls, so I had to give him a beating to let him know what was up. But I paraded through the boxes to find the little key thing. I left a little surprise outside the door for this guy. I did the little lever flippy switchy things and played with the buttons. I don't really know. Found a second bigger toy truck that I once again played with.
Thank you for
I'm not gonna lie, I just thought this dude deserved the crap beaten out of him. He looked at me funny. I did think that this section was going to be a lot harder than it was, but I really just had to stack 2 boxes instead of 1 box, which is about all I had to do differently. At least I didn't have to jump here. I thought I was going to have to grab another box, but I did not. I didn't have to grab another box. I just, you know, scaled the thing with my gorilla arms. I figured out that if you crouch, you can actually make enough space to stick your hand between the 2 things and grab onto the iron bar or whatever it is and pull yourself down and through. Then took the MP5, and I decided that I was going to shoot Martin, because I hate Martin. Eat shit. I did the flashbang save thing. I ran past plenty of these enemies, since, you know, a lot of them are very slow, but this guy, he looked at me funny, and so did they. So. This, I also could not just sprint over, so I had to use the little pogo stick sledgehammer method to get past it. I am an expert marksman, so... you know, these guys pose no threat to me. Totally pranked this guy, by the way. I did the parkour sections, but I had to do them like a loser, since I'm not allowed to jump, which was very sad. I didn't think this part was going to be an issue, but it was a little bit harder than I actually thought it was going to be. I could not jump and actually get to where I was supposed to be, so I had to quick sprint off the edge and then grab onto the pipes, and then monkey bar my way up to the actual top, which took me a couple seconds, but it was a lot easier than I thought it would be, so at least there's that. I took the fun train downtown and totally, I don't know, this guy, he's dead. I don't know, you saw it. But I continued on to the next level. This guy gave me a very nice gun, which I was pretty thankful for since I'm able to use guns. This guy dropped the soap in the shower, and I let him know I was his daddy. Played around a bit with some cinder blocks, and my first attempt missed, which was sad. My second attempt hit him, and my third attempt, oh my gosh, this one was accurate. I used some much-needed police brutality on this man. I quickly whispered this guy a lullaby, and he went to sleep. Once again, I'm the greatest marksman on both sides of the Mississippi, so if I were you and thinking of doing crime, I would rethink that decision. I've played this game quite a few times. I mean, I'm not a professional, but enough to know where the enemies are at, so I dispatched each and every single one of these fools like nobody's business. This part was just sad. I mean, I was within a literal inch. And I just needed the tiniest amount of space, but I grabbed the box and crowbar skipped. I then applied justice liberally all over these 2 evildoers. I even swatted both of these guys, and they had absolutely no idea what was going on before they were dead. I didn't feel like lowering all parts of this bridge, so I just climbed across half of it instead, so, you know, that was okay. I absolutely I destroyed all these losers. I've got 3,000 hours on Fortnite Battle Royale, which is more than enough to make me a cold combat, I don't know, killing machine with 3 Cs. Pretty much this entire section, this hallway, I just sat back and shot with a semi-auto, which, you know, I took care of every single one of the enemies. Just took me a bit. I didn't feel like dying. I made the grave mistake of throwing the box off, and I could not then reach it with 1 box. So I had to go back, grab the box, and then bring the box all the way up, and then I could skip the actual bit of it, which sucked. Next level, I found a Mac 11, and, yeah, I mean, I dispatched all the next losers like they were, you know, a bunch of disabled children with no arms. I took a ride on the bumper cars and made it all the way down to the sewers, baby. I don't know, what's her name, Ashlyn or something, probably Aorta, I don't know, just a name. This guy, he did not want to listen to the broadcast, like, at all. That's how I know. That's how I know it's a bad broadcast. This was the only other time in the run that I accidentally jumped, but it's okay. I threw myself into a pit and killed myself, so that's fine. I even found a cool little flashlight gun, which was pretty much useless since night vision goggles exist in this level as well. Went to the next room, and I killed each and every single one of the losers before continuing on to the next part. The next whole long section is just run down halls and shoot enemies, and eventually you'll go to the next level, which is what I did. Here, I destroyed the monitor once, and then after destroying the monitor, I took a break, I came back, I destroyed the monitor a second time. It felt really good. Screw you, Max. The little bobots actually just killed themselves, which is very sad. I didn't want to actually do this level how it was intended, so I actually climbed up this thing, which you slide down if you're climbing up it. So you just climb up real fast and then use the axe to try to propel yourself over the thing, which I did. It just took me a couple of attempts. Here, I just dispatched every single enemy that was presented to me in a very quick fashion, because I hate these guys, and I wanted them to die. Anyways, I continued on and finished the level. I immediately bought a 1911 because I wanted a gun. I also killed people with the gun to get a key because I needed the key. As I said, I got the key. These two dudes had no idea what was about to hit them. I was actually curious if you could push buttons with bullets, but no, you can't. I even killed every single zombie here as if I had a cool single-action revolver and I was fanning the hammer every 5 seconds. Since I'm not allowed to jump, I actually had to do this correctly as they intend for you to do it. Also pretty sure I clicked the button twice here, which meant that the door opened and then it closed, and then I had to run all the way around to go click the button again. I clicked the button again, and then the trolley glitched out for some reason. It just all of a sudden started going backwards when it wasn't even moving, which was odd. I figured it out, and then I continued on with the level, killing the people in the little tram. I did a firearm pistol marksman test here, asserting my dominance over the ones that did not have hands to hold a pistol. I got the blue key, and then I put the blue key in the hole. The melon guys were immediately taken care of. And so were the, I don't know, little zombie guys. They also didn't stand a chance either. Anyways, I did the level and then continued on. The stupid little fountain foot lip, I couldn't just walk over it because my character's stupid, and I can't jump either. But that's okay, I figured it out. I climbed up the thing with my hands and then grabbed the blue key. It was the same as usual, put the blue key in the hole, continue on, kill the dudes, grab the other key, and then, you know. I sneezed very hard here. I got the green key. I climbed up the little scaffolding without actually using my feet to propel myself up. Here, I dealt with every single one of these, I don't know, I think they were doing drugs or something. I'm not entirely sure, but it was my job to stop them. I did win the Battle Royale fight, and then shot this stupid dude. Screw him. None of the opposition stood a chance. I was just going bobbing weaving, taking heads off like it was nothing. After that little segment, I continued on, and I made it up to the... I'm just gonna call it the boss battle, because that's pretty much what it is, and I bought myself a Glock. I just killed every single one of the guys here, because these ones don't respawn until you actually start putting the balls in the holes. But I ran around, and then I put every single ball in the hole. I then filled this guy's face with lead, and he was afraid to face me. I sat here, and I watched the cutscene in its entirety, because it's a very nice cutscene. Decided to mess around with my boy a little bit, touch the button, and then, you know, I let him live. I then continued on to the arena. It was here that I fought all the other tiny Chinese children for my job at the factory, because I was not about to let them make shoes better than I could make shoes. I mean, seriously, I guarantee none of these dudes know the difference between high tops, low tops, and medium tops. That's why I am the one that runs the Chinese factory, and not these guys. I then took off my pants, and I mooned him to show him I was his boss. Yeah, I continued with the other level. I arrived at the castle, I did the climbing bits of the castle, and then I did the button clicky bits of the castle, and then I went in, and there was some guy that told me I could just grab the crown, and then put my head close to that guy's head, and take the crown, and I knew he was lying. He was 100% lying, and then I got frustrated because that guy was lying, and then I beat the crap out of this guy because I was mad at the other guy that told me that I could put the crown on. So I beat the crap out of him with my fists, since I was so mad about the guy who told me I could put the crown on.
Are you hitting yourself? Are you hitting your... I'm gonna kill you with your own hands. I'm going to.
I then relinquished my crown because I did not feel that I deserved it. This broadcast was so terrible that one of them literally died instantly from it. That's how bad these are. Yeah, the next ones, I'm pretty sure they also died for the broadcast, but I don't know what happened to them after that. I then did the little switchy and pulley bits, making sure the switches were in the right spots. Here, I walked, because, you know, I like my legs, I'm exercising. I then exercised my arms for, like, 5 minutes, because that's all this last bit is. There's just a lot of climbing. It's real boring. But that was it. I did the rest of the climbing. I did all this without jumping. And then I watched a little bit of the cutscene, and I beat Boneworks successfully without jumping. Yeah, this run wasn't actually that hard. It was just kind of entertaining, figuring out how to complete the spots that you literally had to jump on without jumping. So, you know, there was that. But yeah, it is 100% possible to beat Boneworks without jumping. And it's not that hard, but, you know, anyway. Thanks, that's it. Wear your seatbelt or something, I don't know.